Okay, hi everyone, welcome back. And in this update, we are going to check out JasmyCoin's price chart, and I still stand by what I said in the previous update, meaning I still do believe that we are going to get probably a decent move on the upside, and I'm not really sure if you like classic patterns, but if you do, this can be technically a bit of a head and shoulder structure, but pay attention, this isn't confirmed yet. When will it get confirmed? You probably know what I'm about to say. When we get a break of this important neckline right around here about, let's say, 1.45 cents. And by breaking it, I don't mean going just above it. No, we need to see an initial move above here, followed by that a slow and choppy pullback, which in terms of Elliott's waves, we call it a correction structure, and then another move up in order to take this important high. At that point, I think you can talk bullish with more confidence in the short term in Yasmi and argue our move up is going to continue. And the question is to where? Well, first things first, you have to put your chart on regular scale because there is simply no measuring waves on logarithmic. I'm going to keep saying this in every single update, and then you need to measure the height of your pattern from here to about this point and put this thing at your breaking point. There we go. This is giving you about, let's say, 1.5 to 1.6 cents Yasmi, basically, let's say, right around the higher band of this very important cluster of hopefully still support areas. However, I am still suspicious about whether this thing is going to now act as a support or a resistance, but you know what, let's just say when we confirm this pattern, we are most likely going to reach to about the higher band of this region overall. And at that point, I need you to really have your eyes on what is going to happen in this area. If I see, for example, an initial move above here, followed by a pullback and then a continuation of the move up, that is actually going to be an extremely bullish sign in my view in Yasmi. Why is that? You see, in case that you are a new viewer, you should know that my specific field of works is Elliott's waves, and if you want to argue that in terms of Elliott's waves, we're gonna have our final bottom, for example, somewhere around this area. Let's say this is maybe like a very important support, then okay, off of the lowest low, you have to be able to find a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave. This specific structure is called an impulsive movement. Rules for it are we should not have overlapping of the waves between wave 2 and 4 and in any kind of 5 wave. Wave 3 should not be the smallest wave, and when it comes to the subwaves, you already know it. 5 wave up into wave 1, 3, and 5, and for wave 2 and 4 we can have different scenarios. It's not really that important. Let's say sure WXY into wave 4 and an ABC structure into wave 2. Now let's go on the live chart and count some waves and see what is going on in the short term. And here is why I'm saying if we get a move up from the current point, this is the key, pay attention. If we get a move from the current point and then we do a consolidation above here and get another move up, it will be extremely bullish because at that point you are going to see me talking about having off of the lowest low from this point and not here, pay attention. This is 1, this is 2, and then wave 3 and 4 and 5, which is a fantastic sign suggesting hopefully this downtrend in Yasmi has come to an end. So for now, in the short term, I do like to count on this move to continue a little bit more, but just to confirm that, let's wait a bit and see a break of this unbelievably important neckline for this head and shoulder structure. As long as we are not getting a break of that, well, okay, this can be just simply a series of lower highs and lower lows, and I don't really believe that we have any reason to believe that we are going to all of a sudden get a fantastic move up. No, if you just want to go according to the trends, makes sense to argue that the next move is actually going to be on the downside in order to clear all the lows. But the moment that we break this line, that's going to be a bit of a different story. Now, do we have some more reasons to believe in Yasmi, whether from the current point or maybe like a bit lower, we are going to get a move up? Yes, and I think we talked about this in the previous update. You see, whenever you are having maybe a support or a resistance area or even a trend line, something like this, doesn't really matter. At that point, you need to pay full attention to how many times are we touching the trend line or maybe that important region. If we touch, for example, a resistance area more than, let's say, 3-4 times, at that point chances of getting a break of it is going to increase by the minute. Why is that? Because you see, the whole idea behind why a region is going to act as a resistance is because we are having around it some short positions. And let's say initially we are having 20 orders in here. By the first time that the price is going to touch this area, we're going to have, let's say, 5 orders getting activated, and as a result, how many orders are remaining? You know it, only 15. Another time we're going to touch it, we're going to have, as a result, let's say this time 10 orders. Another time we are going to reach to about here, we're going to have, let's say, 5 orders remaining, and there will be a time when we are going to reach to about this region more than a couple of times that there's just going to be 0 orders in here, and as a result, well, you're not going to see probably a move down anymore, and instead you are going to see a good break of this area. And from that point moving forward, that area is going to probably act as a support. And also pay attention, a trend line also does apply to the rules that we said earlier, because whenever you are having a downtrend and you are having this beautiful trend line, this can act as a decent resistance area. Understood? Okay, now let's go on the live chart and see what is happening. And well, okay, even if you do not like classic patterns and you do not want to say this is a head and shoulders structure, fair enough, I absolutely respect your opinion. So let's just say this. This is a trend line that we have been touching it how many times? Let's just have a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, let's say 8, 9, 10, 11 times we are touching this line, and every single time we are getting a reaction from it. So I'm going to argue this is now quite weak, and as a result we are going to get a move on the upside in order to hopefully finally break it. And also pay attention, whenever you are having couple of highs close together, at that point a lot of amateur short-term traders are going to open some short positions in here in hope that we see once more a continuation of the move down. But unfortunately the price actually has a tendency to destroy those people and hit their stop losses, which is going to be in most cases above these highs right in here. And this, my friends, is yet another reason for why I believe in Yasmi, either from the current point or maybe even from a bit lower, doesn't really matter. We are going to have a move on the upside. So as you can see, most signs do suggest in the short term we are allowed to be a little bit optimistic, but what is going to happen after that move up, from my view, is really the key. Why is that? You see, we talked about this before. There is a chance that in Yasmi, we're going to have the subwaves for like an A, B, C expanded flat, and in an expanded flat off of the lowest low, you are going to see a 5-wave up, which may trick a lot of people into believing that, you know what, this is a great sign suggesting the low is in. However, you also need to pay attention to the previous move and not jump into any unnecessary bullish conclusion. And if you do not want to do that, that's absolutely fair enough. There is also another important signal that you can pay attention to if you want to have a decent idea what might be next. You see, in case that this is going to be an ABC flat and even into your C leg, you are going to see a 5-wave. Okay, after this is over, you're going to see a very strong move down, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 without a lot of overlapping of the waves. However, in case that we are wrong and this is not an expanded flat and we have hit our final low in here, okay, great. After a 5-wave up, then you need to see a slow and choppy move on the downside as opposed to that impulse that we talked about earlier, and this is the major difference. So you see, one way or the other, after completing a 5-wave, we are going to have a rather deep pullback, I would say. But the move down itself is not really the key. What really matters is the shape of that move, because that is going to determine whether in Yasmi we have hit our final low or not. And here is my final point. If we get a move up from the current point and in that phase we manage to take this important high, that's going to be like a really good sign. Why is this high so important? Because let's say from here we are going to do that. At that point, here's a question: how exactly are you able to find a 5-wave from here to about the lows. If you want to argue this is the beginning of yet another move down, and for example we are having a 1-2 and then we're going to get a continuation of the move down into wave 3 4 5. From my POV, arguing that is going to be quite a bit of challenge, and makes sense to say, you know what, according to our primary case, this move is going to continue in Yasmi, and on a higher degree at that point you are kind of able to argue that maybe this is going to be from this point to about here, 5 wave down into an A leg, followed by probably, I'm going to argue, an A, B, C, maybe a running flat into wave B, and another 5 wave down into our C leg, suggesting, you know what, hopefully we are having a 1 2 3 4 5. So in JasmyCoin, I do like to be optimistic and especially argue from the current point we're going to get a move up. And if you don't do it, it's not really going to be a bad sign overall. What is going to be, let's say, not necessarily a good sign is a break of the divergence line in H4 time frame that we talked about before, right in here. Excuse me. Let's actually delete a stock RSI. As you can see, we are having a series of lower lows on the live chart, but in MACD we do have constant series of higher lows, so this is actually a beautiful bullish divergence. However, if we get a break of it, that's not going to be a good sign. And for example, the last time that we did that, what happened? I think it was, where was it? There we go. Yep, it was actually right in here. This was a great looking bullish divergence, and the moment that we got a break of it, yep, from here about 1.2 cents, we got about a 15% move on the downside. So as you can see, breaking the divergence line, the bullish one, is not really going to be an optimistic sign, and most likely it is going to translate to having, let's say, a 10 to 20% move down. Who knows, maybe even in order to reach to about the higher band of this important support, which is from daily and weekly time frame at the same time, about 1.22 cents. But for now, as long as we are not doing that, let's be a bit optimistic and count on some more upward price action to show up, hopefully soon. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in JasmyCoin. Anyway, if you found any value in my content, I would really appreciate if you like this video and consider subscribing to my channel and follow me on Twitter. And if you want more, maybe you want a complete analysis for your own specific crypto, or maybe you want to learn some decent TA in order to be able to make good money in the markets, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.